Today's date is Friday, May 11, 2012. The time 1:54 p.m. I'm about to call Supreme Court in Pennsylvania. Phone number 1-717-231-3300 at on my father's phone. So I'm about to hit it now. 1-717-231-3300. Just call back.
Thank you for calling the Administrative Office of Pennsylvania Courts at the Pennsylvania Judicial Center. If you know the extension of the person you're trying to reach, you may enter it now. Otherwise, press 0 or remain on the line to speak to the receptionist. Wait while I transfer your call. Good afternoon, Pennsylvania Judicial Center. How may I help you?
Oh, yes, who I'm speaking with, my name is Clyde Darnell Lynch.
And how may I help you?
Okay, I am Clyde Darnell Lynch. I want to speak to the director. I live in the state of Michigan City, Detroit. Calling the Commonwealth state because I have an issue of corruption that none of my governmental officials have taken care of constitutionally. That's mandated, ratified, and registered contract laws of the Constitution. And I just need to speak to someone about paperwork that was misplaced, stolen from the Judicial Tenure Commission in Detroit, Michigan, off of 4th Street. They say they don't have no record of it. I have paperwork verifying that they received it, and we was talking about it. And when I called, as the demands in the letter stated, they say they don't have nothing on file. I have audio recording and mail receipts that I mailed the letters to them, and I have return confirmation of that in the mail from the Detroit State of Michigan. I think it's the Eastern District, Detroit District on 4th Street that confirms that they received the letter, but I have audio recording stating that they don't have nothing on record.
Okay, and I'm kind of confused how the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania can help you.
Is there someone above you who I can speak to then? Because if you don't understand, I guess the director will know what I'm talking about. Commonwealth is the only state in the United States that basically have the right to practice law. No, most people don't know that. Only sovereign people know this. And I'm not a sovereign person, but I know the information that a sovereign person knows. I have been violated by rogue Moorish people as well. So whoever you need to direct me to so I can explain it to them. Because first of all, you failed to identify yourself, and I identify myself as for number one. That you are a government employee, you have the right to identify yourself. You have nothing to be afraid of. You're doing your job. You failed to identify yourself. So I don't know who I'm talking to. I could be talking to a computer voice. Who knows?
Let me send you to Commonwealth Court. One moment.
You have reached the Commonwealth Court of Pennsylvania. Our filing office hours are 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. If you are calling from a rotary phone, please stay on the line. If you are calling from a touch-tone phone and have a question about filing a document or a question about a case, press 1 now for the filing office. For the court's address or directions to the court, press 2 now. If you wish to speak to the receptionist, press 0 now.
Wait while I transfer your call. Thank you.
I hit 1.
Commonwealth Court?
This is first. My name is Clyde Darnell. Let's call up from Detroit, Michigan. This is the person I just spoke with.
Okay, hold on 1 second. Thank you for holding. Good afternoon, Commonwealth Court.
Yes, my name is Clyde Darnell Lynch. I'm calling from Detroit, Michigan.
Okay, do you have a Commonwealth Court docket number?
No, I'm trying to find out how can I get a case started in a.
Okay, what are you appealing?
Beg pardon?
What are you appealing?
I'm not appealing anything. I want to know how can you assist me in getting constitutional redress from corrupt people in my state of Michigan.
We don't have anything to do with that. This is an appellate court. It's for appealing agency or lower trial court decision.
Okay, do you have the director's office number of the Supreme Court in Pennsylvania? Or the highest person besides the Supreme Justice Judge?
What is it you're looking to do? Bring a lawsuit against somebody or what?
Yes, against some sovereign road Morris people and governmental officials that breached my contract and laws.
You might want to try the Attorney General's office. I don't know where else to steer you for something like that.
Okay.
Is it something that happened in Pennsylvania, or is it Detroit where you're at now?
And yes, where I'm at now.
Well, why aren't you calling the Michigan Attorney General's office?
They have denied me due process of law. The past Attorney General.
Pennsylvania, or?
Is the Commonwealth state?
What does Pennsylvania have to do with that?
Pennsylvania is one of the Commonwealth states in the United States that basically have the right to practice law. Other states do not have the right to practice law, but it don't apply because I know information
all
that
the states have courts there. You should contact your local Attorney General's office for the state of Michigan.
Do you know what the definition of a sovereign person is?
Sir, I'm not going to go into that. I'm just trying to help you.
I understand you're trying to help me, and I asked you.
I would suggest the Attorney General if you're looking to bring a lawsuit.
Okay, do you know the Attorney General name or number in your state?
So you've already contacted all of those officials in the state of Michigan?
Yes, I have, and I have audio recordings to prove it and mailed letters to prove it as well.
I have their address here. It doesn't give their phone number.
Well, address.
You want their physical mailing address?
So I can look that on. Well, I can get the address on the email. And thank you for not helping me. And impeachment papers will be sent to you. Thank you for not helping me and not complying with governmental, constitutional, mandated, ratified laws, contracts.
Anytime. You have a nice day.
Oh yes, when you get a commercial lien put on you, you're really gonna be having a nice day. About to hit pause. Pause off. The time is 2:03 p.m. Friday, May 11, 2012. I'm gonna call the other phone number, 231. I'm gonna call the other phone number, 255-1650. About to hit pause. Paul up, I'm calling that number right now on my father's cell phone that I just stated, the other Supreme Court number.
Reached the filing office at the Commonwealth Court of Pennsylvania. If you are calling from a rotary phone, please stay on the line. If you are calling from a touch-tone phone and have a question about
2:06 p.m.
press 1 now.
5/11/2012.
About the number of copies of documents, press 2 now. For information about a specific case, press 3 now. If you wish to speak to a clerk at any time, press 0.
Wait while I transfer your
0.
You have reached the Commonwealth Court of Pennsylvania. Our filing office hours are 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. If you are calling from a rotary phone, please stay on the line. If you are calling from a touch-tone phone and have a question about filing a document or a question about a case, press 1 now for the filing office. For the court's address or directions to the court, press 2 now. If you wish to speak to the receptionist, press 0 now.
Wait while transfer your call. Commonwealth Court?
Yes, I'd like to speak with the director of the facility, please. My name is Clyde. No, I am Clyde Darnell Lynch.
Okay, hold on, please. Commonwealth Court?
Yes, I am Clyde Darnell Lynch, and I'm calling from a non-Commonwealth state that's Michigan. I'm trying to get some assistance in some rogue sovereignty people, some rogue sovereign Moors that's violating the law, and my state officials are scared to conduct due process on them. And these people in my state have violated my human rights, which is one of the rights under Article 30 of the Human Rights. And I'm trying to see if I can talk to someone, get some assistance of how to carry on with the with my issue, because no one says they can't give me legal advice, which I know that's the commercial thing to say, but basically the government was created for the people, by the people, but then they say they don't have jurisdiction and say contact a private attorney, which is a private attorney that I have to pay money to, and I already paid money to the government through my taxes and through my employer taxes that create profits to pay property, they corporate taxes. So I pay taxes more than one way to get help legally by my government officials. That's my opinion, which is stated factual in the Constitution.
But why are you calling Pennsylvania?
Because you are a Commonwealth state. And from what I understand, the Commonwealth state is the only state that has the legal right to practice law in the United States. But some people may say that's not true, and I don't want to get an argument by there. All states have courts. You know, I done did some research, and I found some information that if anyone has any doubts of my words that I'm speaking, they have to back it up with facts. Then I'll send my facts to that person, whoever said that they are operating properly up under the Constitution. I can show you facts.
All right. Let me send you over to one of our attorneys and see if they can, my bet is they're going to say that as a Pennsylvania, we can't interfere, but I'll send you over to someone.
They have to show me proof.
Hold on.
All right. Thank you very much,
Thank
ma'am.
you for holding.
Now, she did her job and didn't identify herself. And I didn't ask her to identify herself. Maybe she did because I'm so into the phone conversation. I don't think she did identify herself, but that's not a big thing because she's doing the proper thing and contacting me to her attorney. That's in the facility.
Commonwealth Court.
Yes. I was told that I'd be directed to an attorney.
Go ahead.
I live in the state of Michigan, which is not a Commonwealth state. Now, all I'm going to say is everyone has their opinion, but a government official has to back up their questions with facts. Now, from what
Do you have a case?
I'm in the state. I'm trying to get some assistance that's outside of my jurisdiction, where I dwell, which is the city of Detroit, state of Michigan. They have failed. They have breached my contract laws on all levels, on the government level, on a citizenship level, on a public-private business level, and on a religious level. All my rights have been broken under whatever description label.
Are you trying to appeal to this court?
Beg pardon?
Are you trying to have a case in the Commonwealth Court?
You can sort of say that. I'm trying to get some assistance how I go about putting charges on all the government officials that I have recordings of and paperwork and receipts of letters mailed to that facility, and they saying they don't have jurisdiction. I contacted pro bono attorneys' offices in my state. I contacted legal aid in my jurisdiction, and they all say they don't have jurisdiction to help me. You know, I paid taxes in my city, state, and I pay taxes through my employer profits which they pay corporate taxes. So I paid taxes to the government more than one way, but everybody say you have to get a private attorney, which is a private organization that I have no dealings with. I have a contract with the government, with the United States of America. So they telling me that they don't have jurisdiction, and I have an issue with some rogue sovereignty people, which are Moors, that violated their laws that they speak of, but we all up under the Constitution. Bottom line, human rights.
But if you're in another state, why are you contacting someone in Pennsylvania?
May I ask you what is your title at the facility?
I'm a secretary to the prothonotary.
Okay.
I'm trying to direct your call properly. That's why I'm asking
Okay,
the question.
so I was told. Okay, wait. Ask me again.
I was trying to understand if you're in Detroit, why you're trying to get information from Pennsylvania, because the laws from state to state are different.
Yes, but we all are up under the Constitution of the United States as a whole. The Constitution supersedes all laws. So if you have a dispute between my jurisdiction, the Supreme Court,
then you would go federal. You wouldn't go state.
So that's what I'm trying to find out. Because no one in my state will tell me. They say we can't give you legal advice, but the government was created for the people by the people. But they say we can't give you legal advice.
But if you're doing something that you're saying incorporates all, then you would.
I didn't hear that word properly.
You are. What I hear you saying is that what you're trying to do incorporates all levels of government, so you wouldn't be in any particular state.
Yes, so
that's probably why. So you wouldn't be under state jurisdiction.
I'm up under the Constitution of America contract, the registered, ratified, mandated contract laws of the Constitution. If my state level government or any description label violated that, I'm coming to the federal courts then, just like you said. And I'm calling the Supreme Court.
You're not speaking to someone in the federal system. We're part of the state system.
I understand that. State gives allegiance to the Constitution, like everyone else. So I'm trying to see can your state do the right thing and help me in the Supreme Court jurisdiction. Give me some. I have all the evidence and proof I need. All I need to know what paperwork to file, and trust me, I have audio recordings, I have mail receipts, I have copies of complaints, I have letters from all of them say we didn't receive a letter. I have a receipt saying that I received that a letter was mailed to your facility.
Okay.
All I'm saying, my credibility can be proven by a lot to take the test, but it will not hold up in the court of law.
Sir, you do need to speak to an attorney. I'm a secretary to one of them. I was just trying to direct your call. So if you hold on just a moment, I will let you speak to an attorney, because I'm not an attorney and I cannot give you legal advice.
Well, I'm going to take it for what it stands for. Thank you very much.
Thank you for holding.
You hear the background, the voices in the background besides the radio.
Sir?
Yes.
Hello, this is Gretchen.
Hello, my name is, well, I'm not going to say I'm going to say I am Clyde Darnell Lynch, calling from the state of Michigan, the city of Detroit, Wayne County, where I was born and dwell at. Now, I have an issue. First thing I want to say, I appreciate you taking the time to speak with me, but one thing I'm going to say, that as a government official, they have to, everything that they say, they have to prove that it's factual. And I can prove everything that I say is factual. So if we are at a difference, one thing we must agree on, because it's ratified, registered, mandated laws, contracts, is that the Constitution supersedes all. And Am I correct?
Well, sir, let's cut to the chase. What can I do for you here that has to do with Commonwealth Court?
Okay, well, my state of government officials and public-private businesses and citizens has violated my contract and their own contract with the obligation of honorable and generous behavior on all descriptions and labels. Now, I send letters. Oh, I'm about to get to it. I send letters.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Okay, I send letters to my government officials and public-private businesses and even to citizens. And they all breached my contract that's mandated, et cetera, under the Constitution. Now, my paperwork has been misplaced from the state of Michigan, City, Detroit Judicial Tenure Commission, and they say they have no proof of me mailing the letters. I have receipts and I have correspondence letters from them stating that they received my letters, and I need to contact them to give them more information. So when I called them, they don't have no record. So my paperwork was stolen or misplaced. Now, this has been an ongoing issue. So, and for my local police of denying me due process of law and fraudulently creating police reports and mental liens on me and taking my property without reimbursing me, which is stated in the Constitution, but they telling me I have to get an attorney. And I cannot get an attorney, and I do not know what paperwork to file, but I have all the proof to prove everything what I said is true, but what they say is misrepresentation of the laws and facts and contracts.
Okay. Now, sir, this court does not have any jurisdiction over anything that happens in Michigan. So unfortunately, I'm not able to help you.
Okay, thank you for your noncompliance, and impeachment papers will be sent to you when I get a proper attorney. Thank you very much, and have a nice day.
Bye.
This phone conversation has been recorded. I didn't have to say that, but I just let them know. So I guess the secretary and her is going to be talking, and she's going to say, he has recordings. Well, I don't think he's smart enough to record this. And I didn't have to say this phone conversation recorded. Here is proof of the noncompliance of an attorney, which is thinking commercially, because that's what the British government courts that they work up under has brainwashed them and misrepresented the laws for them to represent, to help their comrades, which the proper word is R-E-T-I-N-U-E. It may not be the proper word, but it's something that I only can think of at the moment. Instead of the saying the word scratch my back, I scratch your back. Excuse me. And the only example that can complement that is the movie called Reciprocal starring Al Pacino, where everyone in government that he talked to covered up, didn't want to deal with it because they knew it was a big stink ball and it'll take more than just them. If the tyranny of the majority, mob rule, the democracy have a lock on something, and you just a little fish swimming in the pond with big fishes, and you'll get gobbled up. And so when they shot Reciprocal, that's when they want to do something. And that's when you got to go bad. And that's when all the changes came about after Reciprocal got shot. But the laws are in place before, during, and after. But it's supposed to happen during your complaint and before if it applies. So even though the process of illegal activities has happened before your complaint, but during your complaint, you're supposed to be taken care of. Not after the fact, after the crime has been done, if it applies. For example, when Reciprocal got shot. Now, I'm going to have to get the proof together.